Hi everyone, Phil from Tech for Techs here. Today we're going to be looking at this from Tecware. It's the Haste mouse mat. This is the XL version, which has got a recommended retail price of $29.99. You'll find links in the description. Okay, today we're looking at the Tecware Haste XL gaming mouse mat, and it's RGB. It's not the most obvious from the box, I think, exactly what the product is, and it doesn't show off that RGB effect, which would have been nice to. I know they've gone probably for that white effect because it matches in with a black white box, but it would have been nice for people to actually see that it is RGB, a bit like they have done on their mouse, for example. On the box on that you can see it's RGB on there. But saying that, it's only a minor thing for me. The box otherwise pretty much white, black. It's got a bit of information on there. It's 800 by 300 by 3 millimeters, high density, smooth fabric, precision optimized, non-slip rubber base, edge stitched frame, water resistant surface, and so forth, and there is some more oomph on there. There is one button on there to operate and change the RGB lighting. To my knowledge, you cannot operate or change that through the software, so it's a button only control for RGB, which again probably doesn't matter too much. Okay, so what do we have in the box? Well, we have the mouse mat, and that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. This mouse mat's got a recommended retail price of about 30 quid. More than likely, it's probably cheaper online, but have a look in the link in our description. You'll find it at the cheapest price available online. So let's have a look. So it looks like a pretty much standard mouse mat. Yeah, it's flipping up at the edges slightly because that's been rolled in the box. Happens to these. Usually it takes a few days for these to flatten down over time, and generally when you're using it, it starts flattening them down. It's quite smooth. You can feel the fabric. It's not real overly silky. If you've got a mouse, let's just say one of their mice, it's not loud. It's nice and smooth, and it does glide pretty well. You can see that there's a nice glide on it, so that's pretty good. I can't complain about how tactile it is or anything like that. Feels good, and I'd be happy to use that. And it is big, so to give you a rough idea, if you go and get a mouse and a keyboard, for example, you get your keyboard, your mouse, depending if you like left or righty, and then you can even put in a wrist rest on there as well, and you've still got plenty of room. Even a full-size keyboard, because this is 10 kilos, and you've still got plenty of room on there, even if you're left or right-handed, doesn't really matter. So you can get it on there, and you've got plenty of room for a full-size keyboard and plenty playing area. And then obviously you can go and plug the mouse mat in, and guess what? With it being RGB mouse mat, it all lights up. So as you can see, it lights up there. It does seem a little bit brighter near the controller at the top corner, but you can adjust the colours by just pressing the button. So you've got, it looks like more like a turquoisey colour there. I'm guessing that's red or more of an orange. You've got purple, you've got flashing red, looks like multicoloured. Another multicoloured one, full red, green, blue, purple, turquoise, orange. I'm guessing that's more of a white. Let me just turn the lights off for in a few seconds, just so you can see what it looks like with the lights off. Again, it's quite bright in here, so it might not show the best, but I'll zoom into an area so you can actually see what it looks like in a second. But looking at the back of it, let's go to the back. Not much to see, it's just a mouse pad. It's rubberized though, so that should stop it slipping and sliding, which is pretty good. And especially if you've got a keyboard and mouse which have got rubber pads on, that'll hold everything in place, and that's not going anywhere. That's nice and, well, firm and solid. It's not going to be sliding around as you're using it. Just remember, these corner bits which may be sticking up a little bit at the moment, should flatten themselves down over time. The one on this corner has already started doing that the longer I've had it out. There was sort of a big ripple in the middle. That's now sort of minimalised. Again, it should flatten itself out over time and shouldn't be an issue. Let me go turn the lights out just so you've got a rough idea what everything looks like. Okay, so I've got the lights out now and I've zoomed into the left hand side of this so you can see it a bit better. The only light is natural light coming through window at the other side of the office, which can't really stop too much, but it gives you a rough idea. It does bright up, does shine on the desk somewhat and gives you a bit of ambient surround on there. But if you press the button, you can change the colours. As you can see, that's definitely a red, but as you can see, or probably hopefully on there, oh actually it's changing colour. It is brighter near the control box than it is all the way around. But saying that, it stays roughly the same brightness all the way around, apart from the corners which seem a bit brighter, but that's probably because they are closer together, as in the surface area is closer together, so it's more brightness in a specific spot. So that's a, as you can see, an automatically changing effect. If I press it again, you've got that sort of an RGB effect. It seems to be flashing and doing a few different bits and bobs there. Probably ideal for discos. You've got another RGB mode there, seems to be staying on that, is it? No, it's slowly rotating around. Again, you've got red, you've got green, you've got blue, you've got purple, you've got sort of a turquoisey colour, that looks like an orange, and that seems to be a bit of a, I'm guessing it's supposed to be white, it's got a bit of blue tint and a bit of red tint in it as well in certain areas.